organizations or other projects. So I think what we're looking at is the joint use agreement finishing up those field houses. So I think that this is something that we do and keep within the timeline, and then if there's going to be other suggestions, we go ahead and look at the opportunity there. I know when I was at UBCM, I went to the grants seminar, limited one project, like lots of communities get more than one project under a certain allocation of grant money. And it's all in how you fill out the application and stuff. So I think that we should put this and then look at what else possibly this new grant money we could use it for another project.
I just want clarification from the administrator, if I could, Worship. Councillor License, we've gone to places to get funding for the joint use agreement, numerous applications, and I just want to clarify that the first chunk of funding for the joint use agreement came from a program that was designed as a community connections program to have school boards and city work closer together, correct? Correct. The only thing that could have been applied for is that program, correct? So outside of that program, and we put money in the budget because there had to be matching dollars. So as a council determined that was a priority and putting dollars to that in last year's budget or this year's budget. Is that correct? Yes. But outside the program, we've only applied, I think, a small portion of tourism funding towards this initiative, and I think it might be in the neighborhood of $30,000. Is that right?
Your Worship, we've applied for the tourism grant, which is $69,000.
We haven't applied for any other outside funding for the joint use project, have we?
And the school district is also funded.
So I just think the facts should be there before people make decisions and say that that's the only project we've applied for funding for. We haven't applied for any outside funding except the Community Connections Program. Is that right?
Councillor Elias.
Yeah, they're both regional funding applications. Are they not, Your Worship?
I think we have to make a choice whether we did it regionally with the other electoral area districts or whether we wanted to go unilaterally, and the council decided to go unilaterally with this one.
Okay. Like I said, I support joint use, but I think when grants like this come forward, like Councillor Kentel said, I think we should have perhaps some more warning on where we're going to allocate this money forward to further discussions. I'll vote for it. Free money is good money, and I think anything we can get to move projects like this forward is essential. I just would like more warning, and I think that we should, as a council, we're going to prioritize these allocations once we're made aware of them.
That's right, and I did want to point out we did give very short notice on this, and it was brought forward at the first opportunity. Further discussion.
I will vote for it. I remain to be convinced that communities get several grants from one fund. I have sat here a long time and I have not seen it happen. So if we only get 70,000 when we could have got a whole lot more, I'll be choked. But I'll vote for it because I think it's a good project.
I just want more clarification. We're not applying for 70.
No, we're applying for as much as we get.
So how much are we going to apply?
We're not limited to this one, eh?
How much
we're
are
going to
we?
apply for 140 if I remember what.
Your Worship, that's what I suggested, 140, because that's what's left to finish that project.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion is carried. Next item 15.
We received a letter from the Lions Club requesting some signage at the Newport Park, and we've come up with an option here between staff and the Lions Club that we think is acceptable, and it's been council, selection from council at this point.
Councillor License.
Your Worship, I have an issue at the park as a skateboard park. But there's a lot of people and freestyle bike riders and even people on rollerblades that use the park. So not make this into a bigger issue than it is, but I think the skate park is although a common name for it, I think it's an inadequate name. Thank you.
There's no motion on the floor, is there?
No, there's not, Your Worship. We're looking for direction.
Some discussion on it, Councillor Edson.
I'm willing to direct provide staff direction, trying to proceed forward, and just, I would say, going back more to the wheeled sport community and ask them if there particular name that would be more descriptive of for our, or for Councilor Elias is coming to trying to make more of this than it needs to be. If there's a skate park, whatever community that would be using it is fine, but otherwise I would turn to the folks that use the facility and say, what would you call it? Other than that, I think if they say Western Council that I particularly like the Salmon Arm logo emblazoned on a pseudo skateboard on the sign. I thought that was cute and very original.
Councilor, make a motion.
Oh yeah, I make a motion. I move that on the left-hand side where it says Salmon Arm, we keep Salmon Arm, and on the right-hand side where it says Lions Club Skate Park, we keep the Lions Club. That's what we go with. I don't think we keep the skateboard park, or the skateboard Lions Club Skate Park, or the instead of the Lions Club, the skateboard and the Salmon, we just have the original Salmon Arm logo with the horizon or the mountain view and the writing, and on the right hand side we have the Lions Club. I don't think we put the skate park.
Is there a seconder for that? You want to second that?
I think it's one of the best motions I've come up with today, Marty.
I want to make it. So you mean put the logo, just the Salmon Arm logo with Salmon Arm on the left side, on the right side,
Just the logo?
Just the logo.
like not the skateboard.
That's what you're seconding.
I don't think we need to.
And then on this side, just the Lions Club logo.
That's
That's what I'm saying.
all right. Councilor Canto.
Plenty.
Yeah.
I just, people will drive by there and it's pretty obvious where the park, but they're going to think, how do the lions fit in here? You know, like we need to name it something. And
I don't care who uses that. All over the world, these things are called skate parks. Councilor Flynn.
I'll speak to the motion, not necessarily in favor of it, but I will comment that I did jog by the Penticton Park on Saturday, and theirs is just called a youth park. It's definitely a skate park, like ours, very nice one, but it's called a youth park, so there might be some merit in that. My bigger concern is this: has anybody checked with the Blackburn family, since this is in Blackburn Park and was donated by the Blackburn family, and should Blackburn Park not be below the Salmon Arm logo like it is on the other side of the park, because it's still part of Blackburn Park? And the only problem I have with the current design, I think the writing for Lions Club Skate Park should not be printing, it should be writing the logo. It should be consistent. That's my feeling on it. Is I don't have a problem calling it a skate park, because I've been there a number of times and seen more bikes than skateboarders, so I think they know that it's a bike park too. But I see the writing consistent. If we're going to write it in our logo, it should be written on the other side. So I guess I'm voting against the motion, because I think the skateboard is kind of neat.
Councilor Dyson.
I think I still saying that it's a skateboard park is incredibly redundant for the fact that it's used by primarily people on wheels. So I mean, to achieve what we need to achieve here is to not name the entire park. I think if the Lions Club logo is there, because they were big in helping achieve the fund, maintain it, and I think that having the Salmon Arm logo obviously gave a lot of money to do that. And it was the Blackburns who helped build this park through volunteer labor, essentially. So to have them recognized, but at the same time, I think just having the logo Salmon Arm Lions Club would be sufficient. I don't think we need to write to people what in fact it is. A branding with the Lions Club, branding with Salmon is sufficient, I believe.
Has anybody talked to about this? Like, how will the continuity, will people still think of it as Blackburn Park with this corner being a skateboard park? Or, I don't know, we seem to be able to turn things into a problem here too.
Motion for deferral.
Motion to defer.
Second.
All in favor of deferral?
Till when?
Till the next meeting. Next meeting.
Still a good while about this there.
Is that okay with the motion?
Yeah, I seconded it.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Any opposed?
Corey opposed it.
Motion to defer until next regular meeting. We have come to our question.